Hello friends and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to do my top 10 Ninjago disappointments. And yeah, let's get started. At 10th place we have the Green Ninja identity. The Green Ninja identity wasn't that surprising, and it wasn't that big of a twist because a lot of people expected, and I am one of these. But it was kind of disappointing that the little stupid Lloyd Garmadon is the decent Green Ninja. It was kinda stupid at the time, but Lloyd revealed himself to be one of the best and strongest ninja with time, especially in season 8. He is just very awesome and and he was from a little stupid child want to be evil to one of the greatest heroes in the land. It was kinda disappointing at the time that it's not one of the main four ninja or at least Nia. It's just the little Garmadon. It was kind of disappointing at the time, but now when you look at it, it was so awesome. At ninth place we have Yang being a main villain, because Yang just worked as that weird figure guy. When he appeared in season 5, he was very scary and awesome. Also, he was just very scary and dark. But when he became a main villain in Day of the Departed, it was very disappointing. He just worked as that weird spooky guy in a haunted house. He doesn't work as main villain like Garmadon or Mara or something like that. It was kind of disappointing to see Yang as a main villain. And yeah, at 8th place we have the Oni, because the Oni are supposed to be that crazy demonic monsters that destroy everything. But they are by far the quickest army to be defeated in Ninjago, even quicker than the Sky Pirates or the Stone Warriors and all of these. It was so disappointing. I didn't see anything, literally anything from them in season 10. They were just defeated also in the lamest way, which is using the tornado of creation. It was kinda smart to use creation versus destruction. But it's very disappointing. We didn't see anything from them. They just appeared for two, or maybe one episode and a half. It was very disappointing to see that, actually. Speaking of the tornado of creation, at 7th place we have the season 10 finale. It was very disappointing at of the season 10 finale, because before the episode 98 was released, I said that it will be the best episode in Ninjago by far, but it revealed to be just an okay episode. It wasn't that great at all. It was very rushed. It just tried to show us the Oni, the Omega calls, what happened after calls fall, a lot of other things. In the end, tornado of creation, really, it was so awesome to see the tornado of creation come back. But it's very disappointing that they defeated the Oni using that. Overall, season 10 finale was so disappointing, but it's not terrible. It was just good, but could have been miles and miles better. At 6th place, we have Day of the Departed. Dave the Deporter is the most hated thing in Ninjago, I think, but for me it's kinda underrated. But it was very disappointing. We expected to see Cole finding all the other enemies, something like that. Cole trying to be human again, trying to remember who he is, and we see Yang and stuff. But then we get 44 minutes, special, very poorly written with terrible enemies. It was actually so disappointing. But it's not super disappointing. I saw something like Cole's fight against the students of Young. It remains one of my favorite fight scenes from the series. Also, the ending was very disappointing. It's one of the worst, but it's special. You can't expect an awesome ending like an ending for a 10 episode season. Overall, the Departed could have been a lot better. It's probably the worst thing that the writers ever done. Why you make it special? No one likes specials. We want seasons. Uh, anyways, if they make the full season, it will be one of the best seasons of Ninjago. But sadly, for stupid reasons, they choose to make the 44 minutes special. At 5th place, we have There is no Fire versus Ice in season 11. Well, I don't know if there is Fire versus Ice in season 11 or not, because the Ice chapter is not done yet. But I think we will not see anything like that because just think about it. There are only 8 episodes remaining in season 11. Only 8 and 11 minutes each. They didn't introduce Akita. We didn't see anything from the Ice Emperor, from the Blizzard Samurai, from General Vex. We don't know who the prisoner is. We didn't see Zane's flashback episode. We didn't see most of the things that we are supposed to see in season 11. So it's impossible that we are going to see 5 versus 8, and if we saw, it will be so rushed, like all the fire chapter is. So it's very disappointing that we got another villains versus ninja season. I expect to see something like villains versus villains. The ninjas are trying to take each side and try to do something, but we get another villains versus ninja season. I mean, for example, season 9 and 8 did something like that. Did something like that. They didn't do ninja versus villains. I mean, season 8, the main villain was introduced in the 8th episode. I mean, wow, it was very far away. I mean, in the first 8 episodes, the ninja are trying to know who they are fighting. It was very unique and awesome. Same in season 9, we saw the dragon hunters versus the dragons. I mean, it's kind of villains versus villains, but the dragons are not villains. So you can't say villains versus something. I mean, not the villains versus the ninja. I mean, Iron Bears and the dragon hunters first goes not the ninja. They don't need the ninja at all. They don't want anything from them. They just want the dragons. It was so unique and so awesome. It's kind of villains versus villains. And yeah, but season 11 is just want to do jokes like usual. It's very disappointing. At fourth place we have There Is Snakes in season 11. Wow, I'm super bored from Snakes. You saw Snakes season 1, season 4, season 7, and now season 11. 4 times. And the problem is that they're the main thing in each one of these seasons. The main army in each one of this season. Season 1 you have the Serpentine, season 4 you have the Anaconda, season 7 you have the Vermilion Warriors, and in uh, season 11 we have the Pirate Vipers. They are the main villains army. This is so disappointing. Expect to see some mummies, fire mummies thing, but at the end you saw Pirate Vipers. What are the Pirate Vipers? They're not Serpentine. Don't know if they are Serpentine or not. It's actually so disappointing. See snakes in season 11. But also this at least in seasons 1 and 4 they were done right. I mean, I enjoy seeing the Anaconda and the Serpentine seasons 1 and 4, but in season 7 they become to be really repetitive. They don't make any sense, but in season 11 they are super repetitive, super boring and terrible and disappointing. At third place we have season 2, especially the filler half of the season. I mean, the season was supposed to be the finale for the Ninjago. I mean, at the time, Ninjago wasn't that big at all. Just have one season and one pilot and 2 pilot episodes. And season 2 was supposed to be the third and last installment in Ninjago. And as the last thing, it was very disappointing. I mean, the final battle wasn't that great at all, in my opinion. And the filler half was so terrible and so disappointing. And with the final battle half, it's also not that great. I mean, why people like it that much? I didn't see why. Maybe the last episode was so awesome. The last 3 episodes were so. The last 4 episodes, yeah, the last 4 episodes were just so awesome. But the rest of the episodes are just okay. Nothing too much. The filler episodes are all terrible, but the other than the last 4 episodes in the final battle half, the other episodes are just okay. I don't see it why people like it that much. Overall, the season 2 was so disappointing as the final season for Ninjago, and if it was the last thing, I'd be super disappointed actually. But I'm happy that it continued. At second place, you have season 11. Yeah, season 11 as well, with the snakes, no fire versus ice, nothing to the 11 minutes format, the downgraded animation, the focus on the jokes, the clutch powers, ruining character. All of this makes season 11 the second most disappointing thing in Ninjago. Uh, I didn't put as the first most disappointing thing because I expected it to be trashed from the leaks. I mean, they leaked that it will be 11 minutes, and from this alone you can tell it will be one of the worst seasons. And it's not only one of the worst seasons; it's the worst, in my opinion, at least. Also, you can tell it's terrible from the fire snakes thing, but you can at least expect something like fire versus ice and be one of the best things in Ninjago. But they didn't do it, and it was very disappointing. Overall, I talked much about season 11 in my channel, so I don't need to talk much about it in this video. But just going to say that season 11 is the second most disappointing thing in Ninjago in my opinion. And at first place you have season 10. Season 10 is the most disappointing thing. I mean, season 10, what does season 10 want? It means that nostalgia season and stuff, but we don't want nostalgia at that time. We don't we want a great finale to the Onion and Dragon trilogy. They could have done the nostalgia thing in season 11 and season 11 be season 12 and that stuff. But we want the great ending to the Onion and Dragon trilogy, which is one of the best, if not the best story in Ninjago. But they focus on nostalgia and stuff by doing the golden weapons, the tornado of creation, the murals stuff. It was kind of disappointing that they didn't focus on the own. They just focused on nostalgia. It was super disappointing. We got, in my opinion, a bad ending to my favorite thing about Ninjago. It was very disappointing for me. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm sorry about being so negative in this video. I'm not sorry about being negative because I should critic things that I don't like about Ninjago. It's not a shame, but maybe some people are offended by that. I don't know why. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Give me your opinion about the which thing are the most disappointing things in Ninjago in my opinion. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and yeah, see you next time.